But the fact remains, Sam, that we were out in the streets for a purpose. First, of course, we were contesting the manner in which these last elections were announced. I remember IEBC had a problem. In fact, the commission was split into two groups. One of Cherera that ended up in Serena Hotel, and another one at Bomas. So already there was a problem, and that's something that we need to ensure doesn't happen again. And we also have this appetite that I keep talking about of, of collecting money from Kenyans. And that was, of course, propelled under the infamous and the worst ever law, in my opinion, the Finance Act of 2023. And so Kenyans went to the streets because we were feeling that this regime is punishing us for whatever reason. And that is the reason why this NADCO report was born. Because Kenyans, unfortunately, because the regime did not respect the Constitution, and we were doing this under Article 37, they decided to stop us. And a lot of people were injured, people lost their lives. And so at the end of it all, we had to cool down the tempers because you cannot run a country that way. In fact, we also didn't want to be blamed if the regime fails in managing the country. So we decided to talk. Now, the agendas that Fred has brought to the table are the ones that we took to the table. Issues of fidelity to the law, issues to do with the IEBC reconstitution, issues to do with the cost of living. That's what we took to the table. All these other things many of these other things that were being discussed came from the side of government. Unfortunately, at the end of it all, like we said, you cannot have your way all the time. And it's just like democracy. You know, we say that the minority will have their say, but the majority will have their way. Unfortunately, because of coming up with an agreement, because we didn't want to, remember, Sam, this was not the first attempt at talking. There was a talk, there was a team put together before this one that had the likes of the Senator of Kitui, that had the Otiende Amolo, Olekina, Sifuna, Edwin Sifuna, all that team. They tried, it didn't work, because there were still hostilities. And so this other team that was put later was also working on the basis that we do not want to fail again, because what happens if they fail? So I think that's why there was a lot of give and take. That's why we kind of agreed to a lot of the things that they had proposed. But in my opinion, I think we are also democratic as Azimio, and some of our leaders may express their dissatisfaction. Personally, some up to now, I am dissatisfied with that report, personally. This is not a party position, but a personal opinion, because I believe that the Kenyans who died must have died for a reason. And it was unfortunate that Kenya Kwanza could refuse to allow us at least to deal with the matter of cost of living, which still is a thorn in the flesh, some up to now. So I think it's unfortunate that we didn't get to achieve that, even though we've achieved the positions that Kenya Kwanza wanted to be achieved. Because then they said that it's not about positions, but surely the two positions, the leader of opposition and the prime cabinet secretary, they call it prime minister. Those two positions, those have come from Kenya Kwanza.